It's a busy one here on the House of Orange tonight. I just recorded and uploaded a video looking at Tennessee's offense for next year. What needs to change? What do they need to look at? And then in the midst of doing that, I see that Tennessee has had a defensive back enter the transfer portal tonight, fresh, of course, off of being ousted out of the playoffs last night by Ohio State. Make sure you hit that like, that share, hit that subscribe button if you like the content. You've checked it out so far. Thank you guys so much for your support, especially this weekend. It's been a good weekend as far as views, as far as feedback on the channel. Thank you guys so much for that. But Christian Harrison enters the transfer portal for Tennessee tonight. First off, I'm going to say I appreciate him sticking around till the end of the playoffs and then entering the portal. I get that the window for the portal is not ideal for teams and stuff, but the fact that Christian Harrison stuck around, he played last night. He's a guy I've seen get better throughout the last couple seasons. But what was his defined role moving forward? And I think it'll be interesting to see what happens with this secondary with so many guys returning. And could we have more hit the portal as well along the way? But Harrison enters the portal. How does this affect Tennessee? I don't know that it's a big effect on it. Again, he's a guy that had a big role, or he had a role this year, but I think Boo Carter is more of your star guy, that nickel guy. But could Boo Carter move to safety along the way? I've seen that brought up as well. But if you look at who is returning next year, and I looked this last night on the live stream, I'm going to look at it right now as well. We're going to look at the defensive backs on the roster. So you've got, and I'm just going to look at the scholarship guys on it. Obviously, we know a walk-on could come up and have a big role. Case in point, Will Brooks this year. But Ricky Gibson is just a sophomore. Andre Turrentine. Now, this is all based on that nobody leaves through the portal. And like I've said, I don't think there's anybody that is immune from the portal, especially if tampering comes up, especially if a bunch of money gets thrown at a guy. They have to do what they have to do. There's not a lot of loyalty when it comes to money. And that's not just Tennessee. That's anywhere. And I'm not saying these guys will jump at any offer they get or anything like that. That's not what I mean by it. But it's a case in point, though, in this era, I don't think anything is for sure other than the unsure. But Ricky Gibson is a sophomore. Turrentine, redshirt junior, should be back. Jamad McCoy is sophomore. Jordan Thomas had to redshirt due to injury. He'll be back next year. Does he play the star? Could he move back to safety as well? Christian Harrison has entered the portal. Jalen McMurray will have a year left. Jacoby Thomas, transfer from Middle Tennessee. Jalen McMurray, transfer from Temple. Both those guys will have a year left. John Slaughter is a guy, has a couple years left. Christian Charles has a year left. Idris Farouk out of Maryland was a true freshman this year, has 3 years. Boo Carter, 3 years. Jordan Matthews has already transferred to Vanderbilt. Caleb Beasley, true freshman, who played some this year. Marcus Gorey did redshirt this year. And then, of course, Will Brooks is a senior. He's done. Look at the rest of them here. I think Colin Brazel is a scholarship guy, but part of me wonders if he wasn't brought in just to get his brother, Chris, who we can debate that one a lot of ways. I still think Chris Brazel does a lot of good things here before it's all said and done. Maybe not the year everybody anticipated, but I wouldn't give up on him just yet. But this Tennessee defensive backfield, again, I hate to lose Harrison. Obviously, there's the genes, there's the blood, because his dad was a bad dude in the NFL, played for the Chargers and the Patriots. He may have played for somebody else. That's the two I remember him from. Could Christian Harrison go to North Carolina? Harrison's got that connection with Bill Belichick over there. I wish Christian Harrison the best moving forward. Again, I appreciate the fact that he stuck around through the playoffs and then chose to leave the end of the year. Of course, the portal window, it sucks. It's got to be adjusted moving forward. Teams should not have to worry about guys hitting the portal in the playoffs. They shouldn't have to worry about who's taking that bus ride or that plane ride each day because a guy may come up and hit the portal. And And I don't think you can blame the player. That's on the NCAA. They have not legislated it along the way. But this did not affect Tennessee. Harrison did play last night for Tennessee. Again, Harrison, I saw him get better. He did good things for Tennessee this year. There were numerous games he made plays in those games that were big parts of Tennessee win those games, because without Tennessee's defense, this team is not a 10-win team this year. It's just not. And Christian Harrison was a part of that. He did some good things. So, again, I wish him the best of luck along the way. Will there be more portal activity within the next 10 days prior to the closure of it? You have to think that there will be. People been up in arms tonight. I talked about this on the offense video earlier. Squirrel White put out a cryptic Instagram post earlier. Just get to the freaking point, man. If you're going to enter the portal, enter it. Don't do this crap. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. Either enter it or don't. Don't sit there and try to be cool or anything like that with it. So I don't know what it meant. I mean, if he's just trying to be funny, it's, whatever. I would stick to my day job and not go into comedy if that's the case on it. But these players, I mean, they have to do what they have to do. If you're getting life-changing money and the NFL's not a for sure option for you, why would you not take it? You have to. That's the day and age of NIL. That's the day and age of college football right now, and especially when there are no rules for it. But to me, moving forward with this secondary next year, if everybody returns, you got Gibson and McCoy as your corners. You got Turntine at one safety. You've got an open safety position. Is it Jacoby Thomas? Could it be Jordan Thomas? Boo Carter is, at worst case, the star. Could Boo Carter play safety as well? To me, I think you need better over. I don't think the safeties were bad, but there were some games. And maybe that's the case. You need at least an elite safety back there. Turntine, I think, is a good football player. I mean, he went to Ohio State initially, transferred to Tennessee. To me, if Ohio State wants you based on how they've recruited for the last who knows how many years, you're a pretty good football player on it. We'll see what happens. I'm going to talk about the defense tomorrow, talk about the staff going forward on it. There could be a lot of shakeup, and there may not be any, but there is the potential for major shakeup in that defensive staff next year, depending on what happens with Tim Banks, who is out of contract at the end of January. Based on everything I've read, Tennessee does want to extend him, but until they do, there's always the possibility of something else coming up along the way. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think on this along the way. Hit that like, that share. If you have not already, hit that subscribe button. The goal for me into this year, get 2,500. We've already had a phenomenal year on this. I think there's a real possibility still to get to 2,500. We may not get there, but I think we'll get close along the way. Have a great rest of your evening. Every day, no matter what happens, is always a great day to wear the orange.